What was the hardest part about going back down into the past and into those sewers and revisiting these old memories and trying to make sense of them and trying to remember what really happened as opposed to the version that happened? I mean, the abuse with your dad seemed pretty real.
Oh, it was real shit.
I was pretty real shit. Was that the hardest part, or did it trigger stuff into you physically and mentally where you were like, whoa,
You know what you realize? You realize how much you try to block it out. You realize how much of your life you just shove under a rug and you just live on top of that rug until you pull that rug out and you fall into this fucking pile of shit. And then when you're in this pile of shit that we literally carry around with us all day long, but we just put it way back here, but we're carrying this big fucking rucksack, this big backpack of shit every day, but we think we're not.
right?
We think we're not. We think, oh, we're good. I'm good. So when I had to go back in that shit, what was hard about it was trying to find power. Trying to find power in filth. Trying to take all this negative shit and say, all right, how the fuck am I gonna use all this shit to propel me forward? That's the hardest part about it, because all you wanna do is lay in it and just say, God, man, like, just let me die in this shit. So as you're going back to it, it almost makes you say, how the fuck did I get here? So then I went back to it, and I went back to it way before this book, because you have to go back to it before you go forward. You know, we all want to start now. I'm 44, I'm not gonna go backwards, I wanna go forwards. So that's not how it works. It's not how it works.
So you had been processing this for the last 10 years.
Years.
Yeah.
You can't speak about the way I do unless you process it. You go back a million times. You battle it, you overcome it. Even though it's gone, you gotta go back in your mind and face it and overcome it. With my father, when I was 22, I believe I was, 22, 23, I had to go back and face him. Actually face him one-on-one. And that's really when I realized I had to go back to the, like if your knee hurts. A lot of people focus on your knee. It may be your fucking, if it's your left knee, it might be your right hip. We don't ever focus on the hip, focus on the knee. So for me, I was focusing on all this surface shit. So when I went to the Air Force, I quit in training because I learned how to read, I learned how to write, I learned how to swim. But the second something hard came up, I went right back to where I always go. And I'm like, God, man, I thought I fixed all this shit. No, my left knee was hurting. And I worked on my left knee. It stopped hurting. But my fucking right hip was the fucking problem. So my right hip was my dad.
Right.
The crux of my problems wasn't anything to do with everything in life. It was to do with my father. Because that's where it started. It started there. The origin of the story, it started there. So I went back to the start point. And I had to face where all this happened, where the mindset started. The mindset of, all this shit, being beat for no reason and feeling like you're nothing and feeling like you gotta lie to gain friends. And, my mind was developed, but it wasn't developing properly in that hell. You can't develop a mind in the hell I lived in. So what happened was people blamed me back in the day. My God, you lied about this and you did that. Let me put your fucking ass in that shit. Go, be born in that shit, man. Let me see how you come out. Let me see how secure in your foundation you are when you get beat for just fucking doing nothing because he's drunk and he's mad at you. So you learn to survive, but surviving doesn't make you win. Surviving makes you a fucking cockroach. It makes you just do that, survive. It makes you lie. How can I get through this?
Right.
How can I get around this? Versus being a man is standing up for what you believe in. You're a coward, so you lie and you manipulate. But that's what those foundations, a lot of people are beat mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. So it makes you a coward. But then people blame you for how you act when you're 30 fucking years old. They don't know where you come from. They don't know the hell you had to endure while your mind is the way it is now. So you have to go back and fix that shit. You got to go back to where the shit came from. And I could fix it now. You gotta go back and fix it. So when I went back there, I realized this fucking guy, I had to look at my dad and forgive him without saying sorry. No one said sorry. I had to go back and say, why were you so fucking nuts? And realize, oh, you never went back.
Right.
You never fucking went back. And whatever fucked you up while you beat the shit out of my mom, me and my brother, you never went back. So you took all that shit out on us. And therefore, that's how the generational shit goes on. My dad was an alcoholic. My dad was a druggie. I'm a druggie. That's how that shit goes on. No one stops it. I stopped it. So that's what that caused me to do.
That you forgave him in your own mind.
In my own
afterwards.
mind. He died a few years back. I didn't go to the funeral, but I don't hate him. I had to let it go. It was over. That part of my life is over. I don't hate you. You're my father. I respect you for that. But I also know why you were the way you were. You have to understand the demon before you can fix it, man.
Now, what about the crazy observation? I'm sure you heard this before, is that David Goggins doesn't exist without that childhood.
It's a true story. It's a true story. I had to go through all of that shit. But guess what? Like I said, something put me down here to go through that hell, to see the limitations of the human mind. I believe that I was here to do that. To come literally, no one taught me anything, man. To say, all right, man, what are we capable of? I had to be that guinea pig. And now, because I was that guinea pig, other people are learning from me, not having to go through everything I went through.
Right.
But now I have the answers to a lot of these. For my students, people who are listening to me, I have answers for you. Some people really understand how I think, the very primitive way in how I think. Some people, this is like, hey man, you got problems, you have issues. I got it. You need another teacher. But a lot of people say, I get it, man. But the people who get it, a lot of people either want to be better, come from a very dark place, come from a place where they're fucking hiding from something and they don't want to be exposed. Those are the people who understand can't hurt me. The book can't hurt me. Those people are saying, man, fuck this, man. It's time to be exposed. Because the only way you can go ahead and live is you got to say fuck you to everybody. Fuck you. I don't care how you judge me. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you I'm fucked up. I'm going to tell you I'm a liar. I'm going to tell you I'm a drunk. I'm going to tell you I'm this, I'm that, whatever the fuck you may be. But guess what? Look at me fucking next year. But you got to come out with that shit. You got to come out with it. You got to be real with yourself.